running, carrying the postal logs, holding the line, towing the standard, day in, day out, because boys like me and you, that's what we do.
Made these, are going to be on their deathbed, because they're probably a little bit older than us, and they're like, man, I just took out a whole generation.
Probably.
That's what I
at this
about.
point, dude, we gotta talk about this. Everything gives you cancer. Like our food. That shit. I mean,
like,
the grocery store, too, it's so hard. Like, people, you want to be healthy, and too, let alone inflation, but, like, buying any normal groceries, you're out $200, but trying to buy, like, clean food for yourself.
Yeah. And then you gotta, like, go through the ingredients. It's like a big scam. It's like, mother.
I'm like, I want to go to Europe and, like, go in their stores and look at their food, because they actually, like, regulate the shit out of, like, what, you know, the hormones and, like, what can you put in your food.
I know, it's crazy that we do not do that here.
Because that's what Kayla Woodward always, she's been out to Europe, like, multiple times, but I feel like everyone who goes out there, like, my skin cleared up, I felt so much better, like, I didn't feel like shit all the time.
That's why I've been trying to eat, like, really, recently I've been having all my vitamins and stuff to help my bone heal, and then I've been doing a smoothie a day, and I usually do that around lunch, and that's like high protein. I'll do like another protein snack, and yeah, I feel like before when I was working, I was eating junk food. I mean, I was eating healthy and I was going to the gym, but I wasn't like super like as healthy as I am now, I guess, or like eating better. And like now I'm at home, I'm just like, wow, I got so much energy. But that's probably because I'm not welding all day like and doing that.
That high protein diet, like,
dude, it's life changer.
It's so good.
And then like the zinc and all the other stuff, like it actually is like before I'd eat a cup of coffee in the morning, like I'll just have my smoothie and the pills or like the vitamins, and I just feel like I start feeling really good, and I just start going to town on editing. I put a playlist on and I just go to town. All right, we're gonna start it here. I was gonna just say we could just roll into it, like how like Theo Von does, because they'll be like, "Are we going?" And it's like, "Yeah, whatever." All right, welcome back for another Try Thinking Positive podcast with your host Justin Avery. Today, my guest is Jacob Fewkes.
Hey.
He is one of my old buddies. We met like I don't even know, like 8th grade. I was like freshman, sophomore.
2017 or 2018.
Yeah, with Eli. So he's been off on his own adventures, traveling the world, doing his own thing, getting out of the small town living world, and now he's come back, and he's back in the town, or he's in Yorkville.
Yep.
But
close enough.
Yeah, he said he wanted to be on the podcast. I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Every time I talk to him, we always have a great conversation, as you can tell from the start. So we're about to have a really good podcast. And to start it off, how's it been moving back to Yorkville after traveling and doing all, like, going from seeing the world, not seeing the world, but like seeing the United States, going to all those parks, and then coming back to Yorkville, we're going to Target, and now you're like, what am I going to do with my life? Or what are you going to do? What's your plans?
We're getting the hard-hitting questions first.
Yeah, right off the bat.
First, I want to say thank you for having me on here.
Of course.
Appreciate it. It's been a ride, honestly. Living up in the UP in Michigan the past 4 years has been just awesome. So it's been, I don't know, I lived in Salmonaught. I live in Yorkville now. It's a little bit different, but it's just been weird coming home. Yeah,
from being like up in the cold and then like getting used to living up there, and then you come back here and you're like, what? Because I'm assuming you had to drive far for like a lot of things up there, right?
Yeah, it's weird. Like I lived in Marquette, so Marquette's the biggest city in the UP. So I lived like in a bubble basically. Like if I wanted to go to a Chipotle or anything that was like a big, I don't know, something niche that you don't have in small towns. I think like you have to go to Green Bay. Yeah. Like you want to go to a mall or something. 3.5 hours, Green Bay. Or I think Eau Claire you could go there too. But it's just it's been nice to be in Yorkville. Like there's a lot more amenities and stuff. But like where I lived before from my apartment, 5 minutes to all the stores, 5 minutes to the beach. That's what I miss the most. Like living on the water, dude.
I'd see you out there. I'm like, damn, that'd be sweet.
5 minutes to school. So that's one thing about like, I don't know, living in a community where it's like commute. You don't have to commute 30 minutes everywhere. Amazing.
Yeah. And the scenery too.
Yeah. Like you can't, like Lake Superior, if you haven't been in the Upper Peninsula, like you need to go up there.
I want to go. I want to go film and like just do.
Dude, there's so many places. And I was lucky enough, like my job I worked, like I was able to go over pretty much most of the UP.
And what was your job?
I worked for the Great Lakes Climate Corps. So it's a nonprofit in the Upper Peninsula, Superior Watershed Partnership, and basically they're like an environmental conservation group. So it's just outside we'd be in crews of 4. They'd send us out in the field all over the Upper Peninsula. We'd do all kinds of stuff, trail building, pulling out invasives. We'd work with like the tribal communities. We'd work with the U.S. Forest Service. So we got to work with all kinds of people, get cool job experience, and we'd be out there. If we were far enough from Marquette, we'd camp for the week. So we'd be just roughing it out there at whatever job site we're at. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Like tent camping, and they'd send us out. We'd have like totes and stuff. We'd go shopping each week, and we'd be just camping with
out
the little propane Coleman stoves and stuff. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. What would you say would be your favorite thing from that job? Favorite thing about it?
I think my favorite thing was usually. Not always true. We were at one site. They'd split it up over the summer for 6 weeks, but usually every week we were somewhere new. So I like it wasn't we were at one place doing the same thing the entire time. It'd be we're gonna do this week at this place. The next week it could be somewhere completely different, like 3 hours away.
Yeah. And you're just out camping?
Yep.
Did you did you always just live off of what you guys got from the store? Did you ever fish and eat the fish or any of that or no?
No, we didn't do that. What did we do? We got mushrooms one time and we cooked those up because I'm not as good at identifying them, but some of my crew members, they were really good at that. So we'd be out in the good spot in the woods, they'd pull them and we throw them in the big cast iron, cook them up. I mean, we seasoned the crap out of them, obviously, and we had we'd throw in veggies and stuff, make a little mix, but yeah, they're pretty good.
That's awesome. I've been seeing a lot of the rise coffee or the mushroom coffee, where it's all these lion's mane and all this stuff that's supposed to be good for you, and they've almost got me sold on it because I've almost bought a pack, but I have not done it yet. But yeah, I want to start getting into that, eating more natural stuff, like we were talking about at the start of the podcast, getting super healthy nut, but I do want to know try eating a diet like that to see if it really goes from being here eating what we normally eat, and then if it brings us up in production levels, energy levels, all that. But
that's what we tried to do this summer too. When we were cooking, we tried we each brought our own skill set of cooking and who know how to cook what. But bringing we try to get foods that are clean, because when you're out there camping and you work, especially if you work in tents, the last thing you want to do because we'd have to cook breakfast. We'd usually just make sandwiches or wraps for lunch, and then we'd have to cook dinner. You don't want to cook.
Yeah.
So I was really trying not to buy a bunch of processed trash. Yeah. Especially if you're working all day, because you eat that, it's quick and easy, but then you got to work the whole week. You're probably not going to feel as good.
Yeah, you feel like shit, you're not productive.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the tough part. Especially meal prepping, with the gym. And because it's it looks so easy when other people do it on social media, and then when you start getting down there. But then once you get it done, you're that's why you need to just do it. And not think about it. Yeah, just do it.
You got all that food in the fridge. It's once it's done, and then it's I don't have to cook the rest of the week because I can just pull it out, reheat it. It's done.
And done, yeah. And it's nutritious, and you can eat meal prep whatever you want.
Get your portions, you know what's in there, your macros and stuff.
Yeah, hit your goals, yeah. So now that you're back, what is your game plan from moving on forward?
So right now I'm working retail, so I guess not exactly what I wanted to do, but it's paying the bills. I needed a job. I was unemployed for a minute because my job ended in August. I went on a big road trip, got back in September, and honestly the job market's kind of weird right now. I applied to a lot of different stuff, especially for my field. It's mostly outdoors work, environmental work. This is winter and fall is their slow season. They don't want to hire people right now.
Yeah.
So, and especially too because I don't have a bunch of certs, so a lot of the it's an entry level job, but they want you to get this cert, and they'll train you. But a lot of the people who are hiring for the fall, they're we want someone who already has all that.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing. Yeah.
And I didn't. So I was able to get a job offer from a place. They're based out of Naperville, and I'll start in March, which is good. But I was I just can't sit around until March and do nothing. Yeah. So I need to work. So I'm just trying to honestly work, start my career, and start saving as much as I can. And I'm lucky enough, it's been weird moving back to Yorkville. In some ways, I think it was a step back, but also I think it was the best decision I could have made because I get to come home and my parents were luckily enough for me, they let me come live with them, and that's I'm saving a huge amount on rent that I can put towards saving and getting out.
Yeah, doing more with that and exploring. Talk about exploring. Do you want to get into some of what was your best? Because I know you went a lot of places, and what was the best place? I mean, you can talk about all of them if you really like.
Yeah.
But if you want to, what was your favorite one, right off the dome?
My favorite place, so to start off, I haven't left the country yet. That's next. I need to get my passport, but I've been.
I want to do that too.
Yeah.
So bad.
I need to get it done. But my favorite place in the States, I'm gonna have to say is Washington State. I love it out there. You got the Cascades. I've been there a couple times, but you got Seattle. I know you hear a lot of things about Seattle. It is a really whack place. I've seen some stuff there, but like there's so much more to Washington than like Seattle.
Yeah.
You got the Cascades out there. I have some friends that work on the ski hills. I've been to Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier National Park is just crazy. You got to get there too. The first time I went, it was cloudy and you can't see the mountain. So we went there and we're seeing nothing because it's covered in clouds and fog. But
Yeah.
we went out back. I went back out there in July, like 2022, and I made my friends. We hiked 5 miles up, and they were so mad at me. But I was like, it's gonna be so worth it. We hiked up to this glacial lake, and it had like this beautiful, like blue, pristine, clear lake, and then Mount Rainier, like the peaks right behind it. They were yelling at me the whole way up, and we get up there and like, oh yeah, it was worth it. I was like, I told you, like,
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
the good stuff doesn't come easy, but yeah, it's awesome out there. I just went out there too this August. I drove all the way from Illinois to Washington, and went to Olympic National Park.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna put his Instagram in the link, or I'll put his somewhere around here, so you guys can go to his Instagram and look at the pictures the pictures he's took of all of his adventures, because they're honestly astonishing. And the lake he's talking about is on Instagram, right?
I think so. I'm not for sure. I need to honestly. I've been thinking about making a photography Instagram just to put
I think you should.
all my stuff.
'Cause I know you got a lot probably saved up.
Yeah.
Cause I got a lot, and I was thinking about doing the same thing. Cause I got a lot of pictures that are just like random, and I don't want to post them on the main, like, cause that's mostly just for like reels and stuff.
Yep.
But I wanted to have one that's like dedicated just strictly for pictures.
I know. I need to get into the like editing side more of it, because I really just I shoot what I see.
Yeah.
But I need to get into that, like, mess with it, touch it up.
Yeah. But then like, I try to not like get too crazy with it, because like sometimes when you start editing, or like at least on your phone, then you start getting like really into it and you start like over editing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, this looks fake. So you gotta find like the happy medium where you just like touch it up a little bit, or like highlights a little bit here and there. But I don't know, with these cameras, like, I really like all the pictures I take on this camera, I never even have edited. Like they just come out like super clear, and it's just like I'm not gonna touch this because it just looks organic.
Yep.
But
That's how with this I'll do that, and especially like if I'm shooting on film, like, you can't really edit that. So
yeah, that is true. Yeah. So you went to Washington, and then you went to Colorado.
Yep, I've been Colorado.
And it was Washington, Colorado, and where else? Or tell us just the rundown after Washington. Like
So I can like so that trip basically I started like end of August. It was like a little over 2 weeks, because I'm crazy and I had the time. Like my job ended and I knew I had a bit of time, and it ended up being longer than I thought before I was gonna start another job. So I drove from Illinois. My first stop, I went to North Dakota, Fargo, North Dakota. Interesting place. North Dakota and South Dakota to me are like the same. It's just
driving through there is so boring.
They're so flat. Once you get to the west end of both of those states, so cool, because you got the Badlands and everything out there. But you basically, it looks like Iowa. Like, it's just flat corn. I do like it's 80 miles an hour, because no wonder, like, you're just trying to get through there, dude.
Yeah.
But the freeways out there crazy. And then I went to Montana, and I stayed in Bozeman, and I like Bozeman a lot. It's super cool. I think they have some ski hills out there, but it's like a little college town in this valley just surrounded by mountains in Montana. And then after that, drove through western Montana, camped out there, again, like in a national forest campground. Super, super cool. Just kept going through, went through the panhandle of Idaho, Coeur d'Alene. Dude, it's just crazy. I think it's I-90 I took basically all the way through that. Just the mountains and stuff. And those grades, like driving through that, like those truckers, God bless them. I'd be shitting my pants. I'm in there in my little car. I'm like, holy crap. And I can't even think about the winter, too. Like, trying to get through those mountain passes.
That'd be
insane.
Yeah.
And then
especially if you break down or something, you're just stuck on the side of a hill.
Yeah. No. Well, we can touch on that later, because that did happen to me in Colorado. My car died on me going 55 miles an hour. So that was cool.
Jeez.
But after that, I went... So, yeah, camped in Idaho for a day with my friend Andrew. He's from Washington. He's out on the west side going to school. So him and his buddies were camping in the Panhandle. We camped out there, had a great time with them, and then went and stayed with him and his girlfriend in Pullman for a night. Got to explore around there, and they have this really cool, like, it's like hilly prairie out there. I don't know. Best I can describe it, looks like a computer like loading screen. It's like blue sky
the window,
and these perfect hay fields like that. It's just so hilly and cool out there. And then I ended up going up to Bellingham, Washington. My friend Evelyn lives out there, and her boyfriend does like dirt bike stuff, and he like fixes airplanes. So he's got like real solid job out there. He's like they're living their best life. Bellingham's super cool. I want to honestly end up moving out to Washington, but it's just there's so many people there. Like, that's what I love about the UP. it's beautiful, but there's like you're not in bumper to bumper traffic every day.
Yeah.
But we went up and saw there's this cool like viewpoint over the Puget Sound right there. We went to there. We went to Mount Baker, which looks kind of like Mount Rainier if you've seen that, but it's just another huge like 14er in Washington, super sick. And after that, hit Olympic. It's just a super cool national park. It's like the Olympic Peninsula. You're about as far west as you can get in Washington. Saw the beaches. They have so many cool like beaches on the Pacific there. Whole rainforest, which is like a...
The rainforest, I've seen pictures of like super good photography there. Like even on my computer, like the loading screen will pop up, and I'm just like, oh my god! I was like, I need to go there.
Yeah, people don't realize that it's like Washington State, and it's like a temperate rainforest because it's not hot, but it's like they get so much rain there coming in from the ocean because like the mountains trap it. It's just so green, like greenest place I've seen in my life. It's crazy.
Damn.
It's like the little microclimates there are so weird because you'll be at one point where because of the mountains there's like a rain shadow. So it's like deserty, arid, and dry over here, and you drive 30, 40 minutes an hour, and it's rainforest. Because they get so much rain dumped on them.
That's awesome.
It's crazy. But yeah, I camped out there for a couple days. It was pretty cool. There's a lot of cool like little towns out there like Fewkes. A lot of people go out there. No service either, so that was kind of scary. I was out there like in the middle of nowhere.
Were you using maps to get around or what?
Yeah, I kind of like it would load. And there's this spot I could drive to about 20 minutes away that would have service, but I kind of have a good like mental map, so I knew where I was, but it was more of like I can't call anybody. I always have that in my head because I'm a dude. People are gonna leave me alone, but there's like bears and wildlife, so I'm always like
thinking about the worst case scenario.
Because I'm comfortable with like traveling alone. Like I'm usually pretty good with it, but my dad and stepmom, every time I go on a trip like that, they like tweak out. Like, are you sure you should do that?
Like, I'm gonna live a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
you need to be smart. Like I had bear spray in my car and stuff. Like I wasn't gonna play around with that, but. Yeah, when you're out there and you have no service, it's a little...
Nerve-wracking.
Tweaks you out a little bit.
Especially if you get picked up by an alien.
No. Dude, something happened out there. I was out there in Olympic. I can't remember the name of the town or where I was, but it's this tiny, like... There's a national forest campsite out there, and then there's this like private campground which I was staying at. Some old dude owns. He was cool. He was telling me, I walked in there. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming from Michigan," and he's like, "Oh, I'm from Michigan." And I was like, "That's crazy." But you just talk to people.
Oh, yeah.
Small world. But I decided to hike to the beach, and it was about sunset. So I was gonna get to the beach right at sunset. So I'm hiking 3 miles in there, and then 3 miles back. Get there, beautiful. Super cool sunset on the beach. Like the tide's kind of out. It was just super cool, and they have all these like the rocks out in the water, so the tide will come out, you can like walk out to them, but there's all these like rocks off in the distance. Like I don't know, the coastline out there is just nuts. So I'm like, this is sick. Did that. I'm like, I'm gonna head back, but I'm heading back. The forests out there are huge, the huge canopy. So it's already getting dark, and I'm walking through this forest, and it's dark as shit. I got my phone. I don't have a flashlight, so I'm using my phone flashlight. I'm all alone. Starts getting to me a little bit because I'm like, yeah, I'm out here. Miles in the woods alone, tweaking out, and I'm like halfway back, and I hear something like, I don't know how to explain this, but it creeped me.
Crazy ass noise or something.
It was like, to me, it sounded human. It was like a chuff, or someone made like something with their throat, like right behind me, and I just like turned around, nothing behind me, and I'm like, hell no. But I'm like, I can't freak out.
Yeah.
I can't freak the fuck out right now.
I just got goosebumps.
And the whole thing too is like a boardwalk, and it's wet. So I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna outrun anything on here. I'm gonna fucking eat shit. So I just turn around and I'm like, all right. And I just walked as fast as my fucking legs could take me. I'm like, I'm not gonna freak out. I just got out of there. I don't know what it was. It could have been my head. Could have been an animal, but I don't want to find out.
That would be crazy. I would have
started. That shit got to me, and dude, my like, you know when your stomach drops, my stomach just dropped.
Yeah. I just got the goosebumps hearing that story. When you get back to your car, you're like...
No, literally, I was like, I'm going to go to my campsite. And then I had to put something, I think I had to save some episodes of something on my phone. I had to turn that on and go to sleep because I'm like, I can't hear shit outside this tent tonight. I'm not going to sleep.
Yeah, because you usually listen to everything. I feel like that'd be my biggest thing, especially like out, like, because it's just dead silent and you don't hear any like, traffic or like, you hear trains and shit. Like, so being out there in like that wilderness where there's nothing.
You might hear a vehicle or something, but yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's so quiet. It's just wildlife, the bugs, the birds and stuff.
And then occasionally like
the one thing too, the fucking stars. Like you got to get out somewhere, like, cause you can see the stars out here in Salmonok, but if you go upper Wisconsin, Michigan, you go out to
the stars up in Wisconsin, or like where my cabin's at, or go snowmobiling. Out there on the dock is crazy, and then I couldn't even imagine like being up in like the UP or like I mean, in Colorado they were pretty cool, but we were
Yep.
still like, when I went on South Cole, I never went like out in the wilderness or like far away from civilization where there's lights and stuff. So there's still like light pollution, but it's still like super beautiful out there too. But yeah, that'd be fucking crazy going out and hearing shit. I would freak the fuck out.
Dude, yeah.
I would grab my knife and start swinging at things.
I didn't have anything too. I didn't have my knife on me. I was just not thinking. And obviously, I don't know, I'm like, I'm fine. But until something happens like that, you think you're fine. And I was like, hell no. Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, not awesome. That's crazy, but it's like,
I'm just
what
glad.
an experience.
I want to say it was my brain, but I have no idea what the fuck that was. And I don't want to know what it was.
That reminds me of like when I was younger and I'd be like trying to fall asleep and I'd hear like raccoons fighting outside. And I thought it'd be like some like crazy, like just demon animal like trying to come and get me. And I'd start freaking out. Oh, that's so funny.
Get the imagination running.
Dude, yeah. Especially like in a dark room. Oh my gosh. That's the worst.
Yeah, you gotta be like, I don't know. Some people like are weird. Like, I can't do that shit alone. Like, I think like doing those trips, like you can do anything alone. I mean, you obviously gotta be careful. Like, if you're with someone, you're safer, right? You got someone if something goes wrong, but you can do it. You just gotta be smart about it. I mean, another time I was out in the Badlands and I kept tweaking the fuck out because it was windy that night. And it felt like people were shaking the tent. I was like, there's somebody out there. I was like, hello? I get out there, and I realized it's just the fucking wind shaking the tent. But I genuinely thought people were fucking with my tent. It was tweaking me out, man.
Like, fuck off!
I was like, what the fuck
is
is that? Because the way it sounded in the tent, it didn't just sound like the wind, how it was shaking, but it was, because it gets nasty out there.
Yeah, I bet on the plains, yeah. Insane. Tell me about what happened in Colorado. You got stranded, or you were going 55.
Yeah, so the rest of that trip, so I'm in Washington, yada, yada, yada. I go through Wyoming, got to see the Grand Tetons. Super fucking sick.
I really don't know anything. Like, these names you're saying, like, I know, like, a couple, but most of them I don't. I'm going to have to look them up.
That Kanye album, and it has the mountains?
Yeah.
Those are the Grand Tetons. Grand Teton National Park. It's just these super sick mountains. Beautiful out there, and it's right below Yellowstone. So I drove through Yellowstone, but I got there at 1 a.m. because I was doing a 14-hour leg, so I didn't see shit. I saw like some foxes running around, but I need to do Yellowstone at some point, but I just didn't have time in that trip. So it's right by Yellowstone. It's like corner of Wyoming, like middle of nowhere. So I did that. I went through Utah, went to Moab, and I did a bunch of hiking out there. They have like Canyonlands National Park I went to, and the Arches National Park. So they have like the Red Rock, like those Red Rock arches, all of that. Super cool. Moab's a quirky little town. And I'm coming back. I'm going through Colorado, so I'm going through the east side. I stop Black Canyon of the Gunnison, which is like, think of the Grand Canyon, but it's a lot like narrower. And I'm like, once you get there, there's these viewing platforms they have all along the edge. I think I was on the north rim of it. But you look down, I'm like, they got these short railings. They came up not even to my chest. I'm looking over, it's like a straight drop, like hundreds, maybe even 1,000 feet. Like, boom, straight, like, makes you sick to your stomach. Like, I can handle that stuff, but I was
throw
like,
a rock over or anything?
No.
No, you're stared.
I just looked at it. Like, I can do heights, but it makes me, like, want to throw up.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's crazy. If you fell off that, done. Yeah. Over.
It's the smallest things. Or it's like those dreams. You ever have those dreams where you, like, running from something and then you like fall off a flight of stairs and you're just like flying through air? Yeah. I was thinking about that. I'm like, man, I like jumping.
Those are the dreams that like you wake up, you're like,
yeah. The people that have the balls to actually like jump off a building to like end it is insane. Because I would not like just to like flying through air and then just like boom and then and then like the people that find you, you're just flying out across the ground. Yeah. Disgusting.
I can do like cliff jumping and stuff, but my limit for that, I'm about 30 feet, and then it starts. It's gonna take a little more to get me off that cliff. Yeah. But.
See, sitting here saying it's like, I mean, I know I'm an adrenaline junkie. Sometimes I would do it, like cliff jumping. But yeah, like I remember in Colorado we did like one that was like 40, and I was just like,
it's fun. Like cliff jumping, you should like Marquette. They have Black Rocks, which is like where all the tourists go, the basic people go. Not to be mean, but it's just like most well known. But it's like 10 or 12 feet at the max. It looks a lot higher. Like I think people always get in your head because you're looking down. It looks so high, and once you're in the water and looking up, it wasn't even that high to begin with. But there's this one place in Marquette, it's like a 30-foot jump on the Dead River, and it's honestly really sketchy. Because you jump in, you got to land in the right spot, and every time I've jumped it, because I'm tall, I'm 6'2", I like landed my ass on the sand, like I'm hitting the bottom. And there's rocks too, because like the topography up there, it's all like, it's just really rocky area. So there's all these, because that river's just cut out of this like black rock. So if you land wrong, you're going to smack rock, not the sand at the bottom. So yeah, sketchy, but it's.
Would you have someone in the water like guiding you where to jump?
Like, yeah, usually people do that. We were out there one time, and this was earlier in college, and we were a lot dumber. But they were all jumping off. It was like we were out there at 11 or 12 at night, and they're like, let's jump. I was like, absolutely not. I can't do it. But there's a couple of the guys went and jumped off there. But I was like, for me, I'm like, I can't even see. It's 30 feet down there. I can't even see where I'm jumping.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's fucking wild. You're just floating into the abyss. Or just like into nothing.
That cliff jumping, yeah, the adrenaline, worth it. A lot of fun.
Did you ever do like a flip or anything else? Or no?
No, I need to practice that more.
Yeah.
Gainer. My cousin was doing gainers off Black Rocks, but I can't do that.
I think I could, but I then like I'm afraid to over rotate because like this year I was like I got really not really good, but like this year I progressed in wakeboarding a lot. But man, when you hit that water the right way, it fucking rocks your world.
I want to do more of that like calisthenic stuff too, with like the handstands and like being able to like do the flips and stuff. Yeah.
And be like I want to like transition from like doing like everything like or just trying to get like big at the gym to like calisthenics and like being able to like handle my body weight. Cause like I did like a cartwheel like before I broke my collarbone, I did a cartwheel and I like hurt my wrist and I was like, man, am I getting too fat for my body? I'm like, how am I gonna like I can't do a round off. I'm like, what is this? Like I used to do these all the time. So yeah, I was thinking about that too.
The handstands, I need to get I can do them, but I need to be able to like hold it.
Yeah, or like one hand.
I gotta strengthen my back up or something. Yeah, the one hand or the dudes who are like doing push-ups and they're.
Yeah, that's insane. That's like how.
I
can't even do a handstand in a pool for that long. I can't really do them in general. Maybe for like a couple seconds, but yeah, handstand push-up, that's another level.
Crazy. I'm sorry, we got off a little. A little bit, but.
Bring it back, Jack.
I'm in Colorado, saw the canyon, super cool. And I'm driving through. I think I was going to go see Eli, and then I was going to stay at my cousin's place in Colorado Springs. But, so I'm like in the west side, I'm kind of by this place called Glenwood Springs. So it's like in the middle of Colorado. So a lot of people, you think of Colorado, Denver, it's all over here. It's kind of in the center, so I'm like more on the west side. But I'm out here basically in the middle of nowhere. I'm not on a freeway. I'm on like a 2-lane road, going through a mountain pass, and my little car like struggling. Like I can feel it because you're just getting altitude going straight up. So I make it up there, and then I'm on my way down. Get pretty much all the way down. I'm going 55, no cell service. Car just dead. Dash cuts dead, like nothing. It's got like accessory power. That's it. So I'm like, fuck. So I get it over to the side, drift it over there. I'm trying to fuck with it, see if it's the battery or anything, and it just toast. So I have no service, so I'm like, what the fuck do I do? And I realize, like, luckily enough, these new iPhones have, like, they can emergency connect to satellite. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm able to figure it out, and then I have to, like, point my phone in the sky, because the satellites are moving. So I'm doing that. It's connected. I'm able to text AAA. Like, they connect me to AAA. They're able to send out a tow truck. And I'm lucky, like, my parents have this all on AAA, so I was really lucky we have that, or I would have paid a lot out of pocket for that tow truck.
That would have sucked.
So they came and picked me up. He was a cool dude. He was talking to me because he was, like, from Indiana or something. Like, the people you meet, like, just random conversation with strangers. We were just yapping in the truck. I'm sure he has to do this all the time because it's his job, but it was pretty cool.
You don't want to sit awkwardly in the truck and just be like...
No, I'm like, how's your day going? How many times have you done this? I was like, yeah. And I was able to figure out what was wrong with it. Like, YouTube and Reddit. That's how you figure shit out.
Yeah,
but
you don't need no mechanic.
So I had it towed because they were going to tow it to, like, a dealer in one of the small towns there. And then I was talking to him, like, do you think I should do that? He was like, no, because it's a fucking Prius. Like, most small shops, like, they don't want to fucking touch that. Like, they don't want to fucking work on that or know how to. So he told me to just get it towed to Toyota. Because I'm like, I'll just fucking pay for them to fix it so I can get out of here. They're closed, so I grab a hotel for the night, go back in the morning to Toyota. They're like, yeah, we can look at it in a week. And I'm like, fuck this. And I'm sure, too, it would have been $1,000 or something crazy because it's at the fucking dealership. Yeah. So it would have been nuts. So I, like, I think I figured out what's wrong with it.
You're like, can you give me a screwdriver, then?
Yeah, I told them, I'm like, I went to their parts department. I bought, it was like a coolant inverter pump that broke. So the pump was fried, and I guess when the pump gets fried, it like blows a fuse, kills the car. So I get out, had it towed to their parking lot, so I went, bought the part, went to O'Reilly's, bought a bunch of tools. I went back there, and I like popped the headlight out to get to this stupid pump, pulled it out, replaced the fuse, turned her on, I'm good to go.
God bless America.
God bless America. That's all you need, YouTube. Yeah. I just need a YouTube video and some tools. I'm good to go.
That's literally, before I I brought my truck. Like, I knew how to work on small shit. But then ever since I got my truck, and I've had to replace, like, a lot of stuff. And that's, like, where I've learned the most is just YouTube, reading forums, and, like, Facebook group chats, or, like, Facebook groups, whether it's, like, Duramax, or LOY Duramax, this and that. And then people were just posting, like, everything you could think of. Everyone has an answer for it. It's so nice.
Yeah. No, if it's happened to you, it's probably happened to someone else. So, seriously, look it up. If you can get specific with it, and something will pop up. Because that literally saved my ass. Because I was out there middle Colorado alone. So I'm like, I have to fix this or it's not going to happen. Dealership's going to take a week. And I had to get back because I think I had a job interview and it was like sandwich fair. So I was like, I need to get back home. I have stuff to do.
Stat.
Yeah.
I got a mission.
So that all went down. That was super cool. That wasn't even the first time that in Washington I hit like I was on again, middle of nowhere. There's like a rock slide and my reaction time was not it. And I smacked a rock front
like
passenger.
Came off the hill?
It was already in the road. Like I didn't see it fall down.
Okay.
But I smacked this rock. I hear it hit the rim. I'm like, yeah, not good. And immediately like the pressure light comes on. I'm like, all right, this is sick. So I'm not too far from a town I was just at, and I saw they had a shop like literally right there. So I'm able to get to the shop without destroying my rim. They were able to look at it. I had just got these tires in January too. I was so mad about that. The sidewall was bulging. They're like, yeah, it's toast. So they just gave me kind of
so it didn't go completely flat, but it was like losing the air pressure on the way there?
Yeah. So by the time I was sitting there, because they couldn't look at it, they already it's a small town, they were like had jobs, so it took them like 3 hours. They were able to get my car in.
Sweet.
And they looked at the sidewall's bulging, they're like, yeah, this tire's fucked, it's cooked. You got it. So the dude, I don't know, the older dude who worked there, he's like, I have a bunch of tires on my property, I can just sell you one. So it was like one that had half of its life left, just enough to get me home. Like, that works for me.
Yeah,
threw it on there and balanced it and stuff. But
yeah, have you ever had one like a tire explode completely on you?
No, not yet.
That's crazy.
I've been lucky.
I didn't even have one in like a normal car. I was in like this like huge like dually truck. It was like a bucket truck for my last job, and I was pulling a trailer. And I was pulling like an excavator or something like heavy duty.
Yeah.
And I'm driving on the highway, and it was like boom, dude. It literally, I thought the whole engine exploded, and then like it just like pulled the whole truck over. Yeah, and it was like the outside dually tire. It wasn't even like the inside; it was the outside one. But it was I like was scared for my life for a second because I thought the thing was gonna explode or something. I thought I was gonna lose control. But I saved. I was only going like 60, but I saved it. And I pulled up the side of the road, and then like. There's no tools in the truck, there's no spare, and I'm just standing there. And I happened at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I had to sit. It was like going to Rockford, because that's where like the John Deere dealership was. And I had to sit on the side of the road for like 5 hours from waiting for my boss to figure out like what he's going to do or how we're going to fix it or whatever. And then I sit there in the truck waiting for someone to come rescue, or like one of my coworkers to rescue me or something, or bring something. And they never do. The lady that was working there just taking forever. And then I'm like right over an overpass, so I walk down the overpass and I walk all the way to the gas station and I get lunch and I come back and then and I actually didn't have a phone charger, my phone died. So then I bought a charger at the gas station and I was sitting there waiting for my phone to charge and I find out that there's a tire, like a semi-truck tire shop like down the road. So then I'm like, this ain't my truck. Just fucking, it says a dually is the right to ride on one tire, but I didn't know that. Okay. So then I just drove it the rest of the way with the trailer with everything on it. And then I get there, and the guy's like, yeah, you didn't know you could. I'm like, no, I've never really driven a truck this big before for like a long time, you know. And then got to replace and we're back on the road. But dude, yeah, it's an experience because it's like, it's either you think like the engine's about to explode or like you're about to just like go up in flames. Yo, it was crazy.
That freaks me out, especially if you're on the freeway, like a tire blowing out. Like
if you're in like the left lane, then it's like, because then you don't know like which way you're going, and then you're like trying to control it. Yeah. Yeah. Because you always see like when you're on the highway, you see people like going to the grass and shit. And you're like, man, like that could never be me. But then it could be.
I was thinking too, like in Colorado, especially when you're in those western states that are mountainous, like they have those what the hell are they called? The trucks.
Yeah.
The pits.
Or like just slow them down. Yeah.
Runaway truck things. But
I can't remember what they're called, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because that elevation, like people don't realize it too. Like when you're in those mountainous states, like if you don't have good brakes or you're driving something like a semi and you can't stop, like boom, there's no way you're stopping, dude.
Yeah, you're toast.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, especially to the people like don't ride your brakes. Hopefully, like a lot of cars will have the engine brake thing because if you're just right, your brake's gonna be on fire.
Yeah.
Riding the brake down, you're at 10,000 feet going down to like 4. Yeah, don't do that.
I remember we'd be like driving around at like Horsetooth by Eli's house, and I'm just like, the way he
That's
drives.
how the native Coloradans know, because if you're riding the fucking brake, they're like, yeah, you're not from around here.
Yeah. Cause that was like when Eli first moved out there. And I was like, this thing's gonna fucking explode. We get to the place, and then like the brakes are like glowing red hot.
Smoke.
I was like,
don't do that. Yeah.
Crazy. I couldn't imagine.
It's cool.
Then you see like people like pulling, because around like Horsetooth, they got like there's like the college place, and they have like the big ass trucks with like pulling like the ski nautique boats, and they'll be like wakeboarding and shit. But I was like, dude, imagine driving around that, like having to pull a boat around that area.
Dude, the hills.
I'd be freaking out.
I drove up there by myself when I was out in Colorado. I went in May, and that road is just crazy because the lake's here, and there's like, I don't even know, the mountain or this huge berm, and like the whole like elevation drops.
Yeah.
So you have the lake, you're looking over here, there's mountains behind it, and then it just drops off on the. It's like crazy. That little road up there on the side is nuts.
It's so nerve-wracking.
It's like so curvy and twisty.
It was cool though, because me or Kleckner had that BMW, and we were just like ripping through, like, because we just had the bitch in sport mode, and we were just like flying through. I felt like I was in Gran Turismo. It was so much fun. Yeah. I was like, this is badass.
No, that'd be cool, like track, if they made it like a little track, could race on that. But yeah, you don't want to mess up or you're going off the side.
You're
game over.
Yeah, I need to go on another vacation. But now that I broke my collarbone, I don't get any vacation time until after the new year, because I had to use it all for paid time, or PTO.
PTO. Yeah.
So now I got none, and I'm like, damn.
Adulting, dude.
Yeah. I wanted to go out there so bad, and I'm just like, now I can't. Well, because I want to go out there and go snowboarding, or at least like just go out and see them, because they always they both are like Cole and Eli both came out here, so I wanted to go out there to see them for once or again, because I haven't been out there since I was like 18 or 17.
You gotta get back out there.
I know.
You gotta make it happen.
So bad, especially everything you're talking about. I'm like, damn.
Dude, that's like I say. Like I love Washington, but I'm like, it's like if I move somewhere, it's gonna be Washington or Colorado. Maybe I like Montana too, but we'll see.
Yeah, my cousin went to Montana for college, and that was like the pictures I saw looked fucking sweet.
Yeah,
I just want to have somewhere where I can go like snowboarding or like snowmobiling up in the mountains, and you can come back and then like ride your dirt bikes and shit and then land.
Yeah. So
you like ride up in the mountains and go do your other like hobbies, and then you can come back. Cause like right now it's like we got dirt bikes and shit here, but then like you go up to like Devil's Head or whatever, and it's like like it's cool. I mean, it was fast. It was fun. I had a good time. But it was, like, just straight ice. Like, there was, like, powder. Like, I would love to, like, snowboard through powder. And just,
this last winter was, like, not it.
Dude, it was
skiing
terrible.
or snowboarding.
Yeah. Like, Wisconsin, the lakes didn't even freeze. Like, there was more snow by the border of Illinois than there was all the way up in the northern parts.
Yep. Even, like, Marquette, we got a ski hill up there, and they had to close it early.
Damn.
I don't know. I always see these, like, memes. It's, like, East Coast ski hills, and it's, like, a little patch of, like, ice running down it and just grass.
Yeah,
like,
on both sides, yeah.
That's
how it was when we went to Devil's Head. There was just like it was literally just like it was like a patch of ice, and then you'd see like just leaves and piles of leaves and shit in between the trees, and it's just like, well, it's better than nothing.
Yeah. Because
I've only snowboarded like down at the dam.
Yep.
And so like I know how to do it, but I always like did like the slip-in boots like snowboards. So this year was like the first year actually like having strap-in ones, and then like I got the hang of it pretty quick, and then like Dylan and Colin were teaching me. And I got the hang of it, and then next thing you know, me and Dylan are going on, like, the diamonds, which are, like, nothing from, like, big places, but, like, it was, like, just like this, and it was, like, just straight down, and, like, we were going so fast, and then, like, I forgot how to stop, and then finally get to the bottom, and I brake, and I, like, somehow, like, balanced on the back of the board, and, like slid, like, 10, 15 feet, and there was just, like, ice sheets, just, like, it was, like, an ice machine just shooting out, like, a glacier of ice, and I thought I was going to go into the building, but I stopped, but it was crazy. Yeah, I got it on GoPro.
Stuck that landing.
Yeah, I did. I tried actually hitting a jump too, but it's so, because like, I'm so used to wakeboarding, when you hit a jump, or like when you hit the wake, you have something pulling you.
Yep.
So like when I hit the jump on a snowboard, like, I just started going crazy, all flailing all over the place, because I had never because then you got nothing to rely on, and it's like more like balance and like how you leave it. So like when you're watching X Games and they're like throwing those flips and shit, you're like, oh my god, like it's a lot. It's difficult. It's not easy, that's for sure. I want to go back next year and get like good on the rails and stuff. So I think that's sweet.
I need to get into that. Honestly, I was up in Marquette for 4 years, and I just didn't have the time or the money, because like rental, like you're paying like easy $100.
Yeah.
And I don't know who bought it. It was like Vail Resort, just somebody bought the hill up there and jacked the prices up, because it used to be like cheaper for students. But I've been wanting to make that happen. I think I'm gonna go this winter and try and learn.
I'm down to go. Because I just got an old snowboard from like my brother's friends, and I mean it does the job. It's nothing fancy, and I just wore my snowmobile boots that are like really warm, but I want to get like an actual setup. Yep. And I literally just wore my overalls because I don't want to wear a snowmobile jacket because I know it'd be like way too hot.
Yeah.
But like, so I just wore overalls with like insulated pants and then like a nice jacket and like actually an old ski jacket from my dad, and that was it. It was fun though.
I just need to get all the gear. I'm just gonna have to be on like a marketplace.
Yeah. No, I got some saved on Marketplace, and I'm like, man, once I go back to work, I'm buying. But I got this like one board that's a monster board that has like this girl in a bikini on it. I'm like, I need this one. Stat. I was thinking about trying to get one where I could design like put the TTP logo on or something.
Heck yeah.
Or I'll just print out a big sticker and put it on there. But
I wish we need more hills here. Like I know that you can go to southern Wisconsin, but we'll see how this winter pans out. I'm hoping we get snow, but I really want to like get on it this year, and I want to learn too. Like before I move out west, because like learning out here is a lot easier than you're on those huge mountains.
When it takes like an hour to get down from the top. Yeah,
I know too. I'm gonna eat so much shit, but it's just part of the process.
I'm surprised I didn't break my collarbone when I went to Devil's Lake, 'cause I was like falling over left and right, just like rolling, or you'd like catch and just eat shit hard, landing like right. I had the GoPro in my hand and I just fucking boom, just hit the ground.
That's how you get good, man.
Yeah.
So you just gotta go through it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely fun. Especially when like Dylan them stuff, like they'd be like, we would be riding, we'd like scooping up snowballs and shit, and just like whipping snowballs at each other. It was a blast. I honestly loved it. I want to go. My cousins have a place in Utah, and I really want to go out there.
Yeah, Utah's crazy too. Those tricks too people hit, like up in they got this up in Negaunee in Michigan. They have this thing called Heike Lunta. It's like a winter fest, but they have they have a huge hill they have with like ramps, and they have the rails, and they have a snowboard comp. And
just shit. Sorry. Keep
talking. You're good. But basically they just have all these people come out and try and hit the best tricks, and some people are hitting like flips, hitting these rails, doing crazy stuff. And then you have somebody like who fucks up, smacks everybody. You just hear the whole crowd. It's like, ooh, it's fun though to watch.
I remember seeing this one Instagram video where it's like this, like they're like on the lift, and then you just see this guy just come off the side of this like cliff and just do like a double backflip on skis and then land it. And they're like, what the fuck? Dude, that'd be insane.
Just pull it out.
Yeah, that's how I feel like I really want to get back to my roots and like, cause I used to always watch YouTube was like scootering videos and like BMX, and like I still have not made a BMX or a scooter video. And I don't care what you guys say, I'm gonna do it, because I honestly am kind of nasty on the scooter. I still am.
Do it.
I was riding with Jack, and like now, like, I mean, that's how I learned how to edit before I even like did any of this. Was on
I remember the
shitty,
scooter days.
Yeah, and I go back and I'll find you guys will never find my old scooter, I mean, only the true fans know, or my true friends know, the old scooter Instagram. But I found it, and I was watching, I was like, dude, I was kind of nasty. I was like, why'd I stop? But then, like, I remember when I went with my friend Jack, and we would go back, and I was like, why did I stop doing this? Like, I never, like it, like, brought me back, because it was just like, God, this shit is so much fun, and then you're just out there, like, I always have my shirt off, just in the sun, just getting good sweat, like, and then you try, like, do, like, a cardio push, where you don't, like, push your leg, like, you just, like, pump, and it's, like, using your whole body workout. It was so much fun. I was like, why did I ever stop doing this? So, stay tuned. I might go to the indoor, there's, like, a Asylum in Chicago, and then there's another indoor skate park in Indiana, I think, or somewhere, and I want to make a YouTube video of doing that, because I think that'd be kind of cool. Because I just been doing dirt bikes and shit constantly. So I need to tell Dylan and everyone else that I used to ride with, like, we need to switch it up and go do something else. Even though we're all going to suck, but it'll at least be fun. I mean, I can still do something kind of cool on the scooter, but yeah.
Get back into it. It's just fun, like, I don't know, doing stuff like that, learning new things or getting better at it is so much better than, like, I don't know. It's so easy to just be stuck on your phone. Or, like...
I know. I hate it.
It's like, how can I use this time? Like, the time is so valuable.
I hate being the consumer. Because, like, I'm the producer. I've been making the videos and shit. And then, like, when I get caught into the algorithm, and then I'm, like, sitting there, and then, like, they just know what videos to put, and I'm like, I just keep strolling. The next thing you know, it's a girl with a fat ass. I'm like, damn! I was like, they know me too well. They know me better than I know myself. But it is what it is. That's how they get you. But
it's trying to beat that. Like, I know, like, it's not, everyone's going to be on their phone, but it's like, I don't know, I find myself, I'm wasting time on the phone. I could have gone out and, like, hiked somewhere, or I could have gone and done this, or done something.
Yeah. Or, like, and then when you do something, and then you, like, time it, and you're like, wow, I just spent 3 hours doing this when I did this in an hour. So if I would have done, like, had the other 2 hours, I could have did, like, you start doing shit like that, it's just like, bro. Or, like, when you're like, oh, I don't want to clean my room. And then you clean your room under 20 minutes, and you're like, God, that was easy. Now I got so much time to do other shit. Because when you see, like people in Hollywood, or not like Hollywood, who's that one actor? Or they have, like, a crazy regimen, where it's like, wake up at 4:30, you know what I'm talking about? Yep. Or it's like, I forgot the actor's name. Or, like, they're doing The Rock, like, or they all have, like, crazy regimens where they wake up early, they get a bunch of shit done, and then they got all these things that's, like, timed out perfectly. You know they're not hitting it right. Unless they do hit it, like, perfectly on the time schedule they have. But it's like, damn, if you really just, like, get up and just do it, instead of, like, thinking about it, then, yeah, you can get a lot of shit done.
half the time, like, yeah, the biggest thing is, like, it's not even what you're trying to do, it's just starting it. Because once you get started, you get in that flow state, it's like, oh, whatever, this is fine, this wasn't even that hard.
That's where I'm at right now.
The biggest thing for most people, and even for myself, is, like, just starting it.
Yeah. Well, that's, like, what this whole, like, with TDP, like, I was, like, hanging out, just smoking a bunch of weed, just being distracted, being lazy, unmotivated all the time. And we'd always, like, joke and laugh about it, like, oh, that'd be so cool. Like, we saw these other YouTubers, like, they started off 5 years ago, and now they're living their best lives. And then I'm just like, wow. I'm like, I'm 21.
Yep.
I just got my toes in the water. I'm not even, like, I'm progressing every time, every video. And so I'm like, man, if I just stay consistent and just keep doing it, like, eventually it will pay off.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't, then, well, at least I'll have a lot of good footage to show my kids instead of just, like, some shitty little photo book. Cause I'd be like, here, this is what me and my friends used to do. Oh, I remember when I first started editing this video. I remember this. I can, like, you can go back. I hope, like, I didn't do too much damage when I was younger from being a youngster. But, like, I hope when I'm older, I'll have good memory. And when I'm watching these videos over, I'll be like, okay, I know this. Like, this is around the time period this happened. And then, like, boom, I can, like, when I'm showing these to my kids or whoever is watching them, I can, like, explain. So that's what I really hope to, like, fall back on.
Yeah, it, like, captures that moment in time.
Because, I mean, a picture does have 1,000 words, but so does a video. Especially when it's, like, because, like, I start off making, like, 30-minute long videos, and I shorten them down because I'm like, no one's watching them. Why am I wasting hours on end when people watch? Because you get, like, on YouTube, it'll show you, like, an average watch time, and it'll be, like, a couple minutes. And I'm like, I just spent a whole week editing 30 minutes. And I'm like, why am I doing this? And I only have, like, I have under 200 subscribers right now. So it's like, I need to just continue making the small stuff that I can produce out fast. And then once I get a following, then I can start making the movies and do, like, the stuff I really want to do.
Dude, everyone, too's dopamine receptors are fried.
I know.
Like, you can't, like...
And then, like, when I'm watching it, like, every video I've posted in, like, the last 3 months, it has been twice the length. And then I'm like, this is perfect. And then I think about how everyone's like, then I'll watch it back through, and then I have to go back and redo it because I'm like, okay, I just lost interest in this. And then I just, like, and I've been watching this over, like, 100 times plus. But then, like, the biggest thing, too, even my mom, like, I always have my mom or my dad come in, and I'll show them, like, here, watch this. And if they, like, turn their head, or if they lose interest, or they, like, start asking me something about it, I'm like, okay, this is too long. I'm like, this is a bad cut. I gotta cut this up. Gotta redo it. But, yeah, it's some other trick. But I've been trying to learn. I mean, it's all about just learning.
It's this damn TikTok.
Dude, I know.
It's like the instant gratification. That's, like, the one thing. It's, like, it's so easy to, like, instant, like, gratification over and over.
Wait till I start cutting up these podcast clips. Because I was gonna do that tonight if we didn't have this podcast. But I was gonna cut up clips from the podcast with Casey, and I hope, like, doing the TikTok where it's, like, my face, because, like, TDP has just been me because I'm the camera guy, and it's, like, hard to tell someone else my vision. So, like, I hate, like, giving the camera to someone and then, like, they're not getting the clips and the angles I want. So, like, I've always had to be the one recording Dylan. So, like, it probably the first couple of videos it looks like Dylan's, like, the main guy and I'm just, the camera guy. So that's why, like, recently I've been trying to put my face more on it because it's, my thing. But yeah, I feel like doing this podcast clips, and then, like, I want to start doing, like, more like the welding videos where it's just, like, face on me. And, like, but sometimes I get uncomfortable posting, like, just clips. Or, like, when people do, like voiceovers, like, or they'll, like, see a clip and then they'll do, like, the face reaction after. Like, I don't know. I want to do those, but then at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to do those. Like, I don't know. I just get too my head about it. But then you just gotta say F it and just go with it.
Yeah. I think the clipping would be good, like, for especially, like, you put it on shorts, put it on Reels, TikTok.
Well, like, right before you say something spicy, and be like, go here and put the link in.
Yeah. Make them want, like, leave them on a little more. Yeah, definitely. That's how they get you on TikTok, because it'll be, like, part of it, and you're like, where's this next part? Or I'm just going to go watch the pod now. Yeah,
or skip to that part,
Yeah.
Well, I was going to, like, today, I put, a girl in a bikini as, like, the profile picture. So then, like, when people go on my profile, they're going to see that, and they're going to press on that right away. Because I was looking at other people, like, Buttery Films, like, this guy, and he always posts, like, clickbait shit like that, where it's, like, hot girls. And, he's getting the views. I'm like, fuck, I just need to do that. Or, like, just, like, instead of, like, putting a picture from the clip or the reel that I'm posting, like, I need to just pick some other picture. Because then it's just, like, I don't know, I feel like if you look at the TTB page right now, it's just, like, a bunch of just random shit. Like, it looks like a 5th grader took my phone and started posting shit. It does. And I'm like, this looks so unprofessional. Because when you look at other people's, and I'm like, damn, like, their pages look so much better than mine.
Like, the organization of the feed and stuff.
And mine just looks sloppy. And I'm like, okay, I need to change this. But, we live and you learn. But then I think it's authentic, and it's like, it's me, I'm doing my thing. But yeah, I'm going to change it here soon. Another thing that pisses me off is that I have like 300 posts or reels, and like I had only like the amount of YouTube videos I have, and then I have like 200 subscribers, and I get like this amount of views. I'm like, God, but it's alright. I just gotta stay focused.
Yeah.
Honestly, it'll come eventually.
It's too. You gotta like build that audience and then figure out how to keep them around. I don't know, cause like I don't know. I had TikTok. It like blew up, but like TikTok's such a like short term like platform. Like great, you got a bunch of followers, but they're already on to the next thing.
Yeah, and then if you post something and they don't like it, then they'll unfollow you, and then you lose a bunch. And it's just like, so yeah, you gotta stay like original, kind of new, and then
you really gotta find your audience and like how do I keep these people?
Or do you ever like find something you like and you follow them, and then like they start and then like the same thing what people do to you, I do to other people. Yeah. I'm just like, I lost interest, whatever.
That's why like, TikTok's hard too, because I feel like you can get the fame's easy to get, but it's hard to keep.
Yeah. But that's another thing I don't like. That's sorry for cutting you off, but I don't. That's why I'm okay with it taking longer, because I don't want to be like a one night like a Hot Two girl or like something like that. I want to build something that's gonna last a minute. Like I want to build.
You don't
like
want to be like the Talk to a pod.
No, I want to make I want. Actually, I want to like figure out how to start talking more positive and like be like some like more positivity. But for right now, I'm just trying to get like the flow of just like talking.
Yeah.
But like, I eventually want to like start moving into like ask like I was gonna ask you at the end of the podcast like what's the most positive thing or like what's the best piece of advice or like the most positive thing that keeps you going through your day. Because I want to start asking questions like that because like I feel like a lot of people struggle with. Like, I mean, I struggle every day where I'm on a roller coaster where I'm like, oh, I love myself, and then I hate myself, and then it's like, then I get really down of like, why am I even doing this TTP thing? And I'm just all over the place. And then I think about like the saying TTP, which is so, I always think it's so cheesy, but then it always helps me out in the long run. Like every time, I'm like, how can I be a negative Nancy when literally my brand is try thinking positive? I'm like, so I gotta, I feel like other people are gonna be relying on me later when I get that following. So it's like I always gotta be like the man and be like, holding the boat afloat. Definitely. So that's why I want to start learning how to like promote that more and like be more positive.
Do you want to be more like lifestyle, like kind of like how to live a good life?
That or just like I don't know, just to be happy and stay above the fray, and then just like how to be yourself and like just like because I feel like for a long time, or like being the youngest son, or like being the youngest sibling, like I was like seeing my sister's older friend, or like my sister and her friends, and then like my brother and his older friends, and then like just seeing like I didn't know like for a long time like I didn't know where I was, and I finally like after I got through like the stoner stage and like being like a dumbass kid, and then like these past like year and a half I figured out who like truly am and like what I really want to do in my life, and that's why like recently I'm just like I need to just like how but like I don't know how to put that into like the picture or like how to spread that. Yeah, I feel like I will eventually, but it's just gonna take some time. Yeah, because that's what I said last time, or I posted something the other day where I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to figure it out. And when I do, you're just going to get to see it all. Because I want to, like, that's the biggest thing is, like I want to make something that's gonna, like a good song. Because, like, we grew up, like, we like old school rock and roll and old music. And that stuff's been around for a long time. And, like, I want to make something that's going to be around for a long time. Like, I want it to be like a caveman, like, drawing, a stone cave. Yeah. Like, I want to build TTP up where, like, it's gonna be like my kids can like work and like do stuff with it, and like I eventually once I get money and like do organizations and like help a bunch of people and do that stuff. But for now, this is the starting point. But like I want to make something that's gonna last a lifetime, and not like I want it to be like a good song, because then it's gonna be like worth it. Because then like when I pass away,
not even a good song, like a killer album. Yeah.
Or it's like
Dark Side of the Moon,
it's,
like classic,
like
timeless.
Or like this, like Cleveland's group, CCR. Like I forgot the album, but like. They just have banger after banger after banger.
No skip.
Yeah. It's like I can listen to the whole record. I feel so bad I can't remember right now. You know what I'm talking about? Where he's riding the bicycle? Or no, they got honestly. I don't think they have one bad song. I like all their songs. Anyways, but yeah, I want to make it where it's just like everything I do. I want to just make it like perfect and it just like lasts a long time. And every time you watch, you can learn something and you like use it in your own life. Because I feel like recently I've been learning like a lot, and like I just don't know how to put that. Like when you meet like a stranger and you like learn like something from them, or like even just like an employee, or like not employee but like a coworker, and then you're like, wow, I never thought of it like that. Or like when you learn something that like really hits you deep and you're like, man, like I want like I need to start writing that shit down so that I can like make a video like strictly just for that. Yeah. Because that's what I want to do, but it's just hard because I got like my mind's just I need some Adderall or something because my mind is racing. I got this notebook. This notebook is from like 4 years ago, and it has drawings and like just all sorts of shit. And then even like my room, I got like a stack of like notepads from work. Because at work, I'd be like listening to podcasts. For 6 months straight, I would just be, I'd drink a cup of black coffee, and then I put my podcast in, and then I'll just go to town, just start working. But as I'm working, like I'm in the back of my mind, just like thinking about like TTV short ideas, video ideas. Like I'm thinking about like everything under the sun. And then I would just always turn around, write it down. And then like I got a stack of shit. So that's why like when I get, like when I start losing interest or like it's like creator's block, I just like turn away from my computer and I like pick up my guitar or like I go outside, walk around. And then like I'll be outside or like playing a guitar and then I'll come back. I'm like, let's go. And I like be back in it. Or like I'll be out doing something now. Like, oh, perfect, I got an idea and I got to write, but come back. And, yeah. Like when I was out in Downpour last weekend, I saw someone with like a hoodie on, and I was like, boom! I was like, I need to make one like that, but not like copy it, but like make it my own style. But like, because I feel like the hoodies I've been wearing, like I feel like I need to make one that has like big lettering on the back. I don't know. It's hard because like editing's so like designing clothes. Because I love it. Like I have so many sweatshirts, I need to start selling them. I was thinking about just like printing like TTP stuff on them and then selling them for more like Supreme.
Would you get your own like screen printer?
Yeah. Well, Dylan's got like a Cricut heat press, but yeah, I want to get a screen where you could like put an actual thing and like customize. Because I was thinking about just like when I start going to like different areas, like selling my own clothes and like putting like a stitch on the label, and then like selling it for more like to like because it's like I don't know, more authentic. I wore it. It's part of me, you know. But I gotta build myself up to be that way. Yeah. And I got crazy ideas. It's gonna be awesome.
Hey, you write them down though.
Yeah,
it's like scientific. If you write stuff down, it's more likely you're gonna do it or it's gonna happen.
Do you journal? I recommend journaling.
I don't. I should.
I got so bored because I couldn't use my hand. Yep. So I started writing my left hand. And I still suck at it. But it was so much fun because like a little sentence would take me like 20 minutes, it felt like. Yep. And then I would like journal like, okay, I woke up, my pain doesn't hurt this much today, and update it. And then it's like just scribbly, like it's terrible. And then like now I've been writing my right hand. But ever since it was like a good habit to start. Because then like last night I was going through it and I was like not thinking the most positive, and I was just like writing down what's bothering me, and I was like writing down ideas, like what I want to get done this week, and then here we go.
That's smart too. With like the other hand, you're using a part of your brain you don't normally.
That's what the lady said at the hospital, or the nurse. She's like, yeah, using your other hand is good because later in life it's like less chance of dementia or whatever.
Yeah, and because
like
keep that away from you.
Learning how to use like brushing your teeth with your other opposite hand, very hard. Wiping your ass with your opposite hand, very hard. Using the mouse. I got a right hand mouse.
Yo. So
like I'd sit there and I'd have to like hold the mouse like a claw. And I'd have to, and like my pinky would start like cramping. And then like, it's so hard to be like, because with your right hand you're super like consistent and like accurate. With your left hand, like, I'm trying to edit something and like I like keep like moving past the button or, like on the screen and I'm like, Mom, I'm just getting so frustrated. Oh my God. I wanted to punch a hole through my TV. It was pissing me off.
Dude, people take that for granted. Like, you don't even think about it on your day-to-day basis till it's gone.
Yeah, it was awful. Or even just life in general. It's like, what are we even doing here? I fucking just like think about like going from working out and then coming home and editing and like just being a dead tight schedule where it's like I have like no time, and then like now I have all the time, and then like I still don't feel like I'm getting enough done. And then I start like I go down these rabbit holes and I'm just like,
I feel like it's a never-ending battle. Like,
dude,
that's
it
just
never
life.
is. Yeah, it's like it's a happy medium. It's like, yeah. And then like that's another thing too. I always think about too is like if this shit blows up, I know like, I'm still not gonna be happy. I mean, I don't know. Not that I'm not happy, but it's like you're still gonna have those things, right? Yeah. But then it's like when you get there, it's gonna be even crazier. Because then you hear like other people talk about it, like the Hot Tour, like all that fame, and like all that shit, just like, or even like what's up, brother? That guy. Or not Jinx, what's his name?
Sketch.
Yeah, Sketch. It's like I couldn't imagine like right now, say like TTP just fucking exploded. Like I don't know what I'd do. Like I feel like I actually know what I would do is just be myself. I feel like what I would do is just like I need to just like continue to just hang out with like my same 5 friend groups and just like, or not 5 friend groups, but like 5 close friends and just keep doing what I've been doing. That's why I need like I want to start like especially like these podcasts so I can like look back and like okay, this is how I was. I need to just be like chill. Just relax. So, yeah. Sorry, I was on a rant right there.
No, it's okay. It's like continuous improvement too, like your first podcast versus what you're like 5 years down the road or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I also want to, so like talking, like being more personal and not being like afraid of like saying how, because I feel like that's how people connect. It's like when Theo Von or anyone like talks about like shit like that, that's like when I relate to them the most. And that's when I'm like like that's when my ears are on and I'm
Yo.
like really listening. Because when I can relate to someone, that's when I really care about what they're saying.
Like the real stuff.
Yeah. Real talk.
Yeah.
Podcasts. I either listen to like a Suicide Boys remix playlist when I'm editing, or I'll listen to like a country playlist, or I'll listen to like my rock and roll like mixture of everything I like, and or a podcast, and I just go to town. It's so much fun. I really like. I don't even play video games anymore because that's all I do. I just sit at my computer and like, cause then I think about, I'm like, okay, I can go beat a game that someone else, a producer made this video game, and I'm gonna be the consumer, or I can be the producer and make something awesome, or get better at something that could be something awesome, and then someone else can be the consumer. But it's just like, I don't know. That's like my video game. It's just getting good at editing, and like I've been trying to watch a bunch of videos on it, how to get better, how to use this camera, because this camera's got so many features and shit.
Dude,
for like different
cameras
like,
are crazy. You
yeah.
can take a whole class. They do have whole college classes on photography, let alone videography.
Yeah, and I've been out here just learning on my own.
Yep.
I mean, it's taking a lot
it's
longer.
worth it in my opinion. Do not get a college degree for photography.
Yeah.
Unless you like getting a full ride.
Yeah, you can learn everything.
Yeah, you can teach yourself that.
Yeah.
I mean, those classes can help if you don't know stuff, but it's not worth it to.
Yeah.
College is crazy.
Yeah, it is. Well, I haven't gone, but I'm saying like the partying side is crazy. But yeah, I've never been. I remember like just being so lost before my like senior or before I graduated. I remember just being like, what am I gonna? I remember like vividly like driving a little Mazda that was manual to school, and now like.
Dude, I miss my stick shift Honda.
I miss my manual. I miss driving manual.
Fun little cars.
Dude, the best. But I remember like going to IVIC, and then like I loved welding class at IVIC, and then I would like go to school, and I remember like sitting up like and looking out the window, and I'm just like, what am I gonna do with my life? I'm like, I want to be out of here, and like, what am I gonna do? And then like I remember just like, I don't know, a flip just switched, and I was like, boom. I was like, this is it. And then like it just slowly like kept building, and I'm like, well, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. And I always think I'm like setting the bar too high, like I'm doing too much. But I think about like Elon Musk, he's like running all these companies. I'm like, if this guy can do it, I can do it. Like, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, he is kind of a genius, but I'm not gonna be building spaceships. But like, I can at least do all the things I say. You just gotta know how to manage your time and how you're gonna set the goals to achieve those bigger goals.
And keep going at it too. Yeah, definitely.
The 3 goal rule, or what it's called, or compound goals, where you set like, that's another thing. In order to like get a podcast filmed this weekend, edit previous vlog, design a shirt, and then you like finish them and then replace them with another 3. And I've been just constantly, I just keep doing that.
That's how you get it over time too. It's those actions build up. Like I think that's what's so hard for people, because people are so used to like, I do this and instant result, but it's not. It's never that, usually, for the most part. But you keep doing those small things or medium things, and it builds and builds and builds over time, dude.
That's why I recommend anyone to go to the gym and like just go, force yourself to go. Because I went from being a small little guy, and then like I got like from 5 years ago, like I never thought I'd be like where I'm at now, and I just like love it, because like at the time I didn't know where I was going. I didn't even know how I was doing it. I wasn't even doing it right. I wasn't eating at all. I was wasting a bunch of time. And like these past few years, I got it like dialed, and I've been like seeing the most progress, and it's just like crazy, because I just put that towards everything. Because now it makes me feel like, and not invincible, but like if you literally just take the time of your day and you focus and you like you say you want to get something done and not just talk about it, like you actually do it and you just keep progressing, then eventually you're gonna be like a master in it. Not a master, but you're gonna be a lot better than you were when you start.
Yeah, definitely.
And
I agree on the gym thing, because I've been going solid for like a year and a half now, and
you see those little progression, like you see like the little progress, and then you're just like, it just gets you amped up.
And you just feel like, I feel so much better, like instead of like I could have just be sitting around, but I'm using this hour and a half, 2 hours to like go lift, hit my cardio.
Yeah.
I feel better, and then too over time you're like, oh
you
wow, like
I
look different, like that's crazy.
Dude. And you get out and you're just feeling like the man. That's why I think I've been going crazy. Because I just, like, usually I've been working out like a maniac. Like, I go hard as a mother. Ever since Matt got a girlfriend, and then he just stopped going to the gym, and then I've been going by myself, I've been just going insane. Like, I just nonstop. Like, I'll just be hitting, like, reps, like, just going crazy, and then, like, not going anymore, and, like, relieving that, like, stress and, like, built up stuff.
It's such, like, an outlet,
too. Because, like, I'll just put my music in, and I'll just, like, just challenge. It's just a challenge, and I like putting myself through a hard challenge. And, like, now I don't, like, have any challenges. I mean, learning how to use my left hand, that was a challenge. But, like, yeah, like, the gym is just a constant battle. It's like you and the weight. It's like You know, it's like, and it's a mindset. It's like, if you don't have the mindset, then you're not gonna.
And it's like improving. You know, like I'm doing more weight this time, or I'm gonna do more reps, or like and building like your routine. Like what am I gonna?
And
hit?
that burn.
Yeah.
I miss that burn. I cannot wait to get a pump. Dude, I cannot wait to get a pump. I miss it.
Dude, I love the gym.
I've been walking and like doing like certain stuff and like the minimal stuff I can do. But I got like 3 months. 3 months is like a full recovery for this.
I know people will laugh at walking, but seriously, like just walking alone. I mean,
walking,
obviously,
like,
we
went to Silver Springs.
You can do heavier cardio, but walking's good for you. Like get your 10,000 a day and be lifting.
Yeah, I need to start doing more cardio. Before I was just strictly lifting. But I was like, oh, if I ride dirt bikes, do all this shit for fun. That's my cardio. Like in the summertime, I get shredded because I'm like wakeboarding, dirt bike riding. I'm like doing all these things. Sometimes I'll be playing pickleball. But in the wintertime, that's when I kind of just slow down. And I just like the most workouts like throwing the snowmobile around. But I need to start doing like more.
Winter arc. That's what I've been thinking because I'm like, I got work. I'm going to be focusing like my food, what I'm eating, and like gym. Like lock in. Yeah. I want to get up to like 210. Like 205, 210. So I'm like 194 right now, and I want to get up to like 210, and then or maybe 215. I don't know. We'll see how fat I get. I don't know. I don't really care. I mean, dude, whatever. I've been trying to bulk too, but I'm like, how big do I want to get? I don't know.
Yeah, because I already look at my chin, and I'm like, God, I'm already kind of fat. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like my chin, like,
especially when you're like, I don't know, you get the wrong angle. It's like, do I really want to weigh more?
Exactly. And then like, I'm like, well, if I lose this much weight, then I'll like I gotta have a, you know. But that's why I'm like, you know, I just want to get up a little bit more. Gain a little more muscle mass, and then in the summer I'm actually like I really want to try to like do cardio and like get like lean, like see how lean I can get. Yeah. Because like last year I felt like, or like this summer I felt like I got like pretty decent, but like, I want to see like veins. Like I never have like this summer I finally started getting veins to pop my shoulders, and I've never seen that. Like I have veins in my arms and my forearms, but never in like my bicep or my shoulders. And that's what I'm really after. Like I want to have my veins pop.
Veiny.
So I think I need to get down to like under 190 to get like right after. Bulk up.
So. I'm trying to figure all that out because I started, I don't know, like a year and a half ago. It's probably like 190 ballpark. I'm like 228 now. My biggest thing is making sure I'm eating enough. That's been my struggle.
See, that's sometimes
I'm
I get the mindset. I'll just start maxing out.
I know it's weird for me too because I'm like, when you're taller, I feel like it's sometimes harder to make yourself fill out.
Yeah, that's
especially too. But me versus high school, like it's crazy. Like. I look at pictures because I was so skinny in high school. I was like, for wrestling at one point, I'm about the same height. I was probably 6'1". I'm like 6'2" now. It's like 149, and I weigh like 220 now. 228, yeah.
I remember when you were skinny.
I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I was tiny.
I hate listening to those videos of me talking.
I can't believe too though. Like who on wrestling they're like, they wanted me to cut. I was like, why would you not have me just eat as much as I can?
Yeah.
Like stuff my face. That would have been the smarter decision, but.
For real, especially
Because your strength too. I don't know.
I wish I fucking grew. I wish my growth spurt was like while I was in high school, because then I felt like I would have dominated wrestling. Because like if I was like this size, like or like, you know, like I was like bigger my freshman, sophomore, junior year, like I felt like I would have just fucking.
Dude.
Or like, especially with mindset too. I wish my mindset now is just like I would just before I was like nervous and shit. Yeah. Now I'd be like I would just own it. I would just go out there and I'd just fucking I'd throw on a show. Like, I would just fucking have a good ass time. Do the crazy rolls and stuff, and like I was like you're flying out holds and stuff. Yeah. Crazy. That's why I wish I would have done that. I feel bad for my kid. If I have a boy, he's going. I always like thought like too like I remember vividly like I always thought it was like kind of weird, like kind of gay. Fuck, I gotta bleep that out. But like I remember when Ian McCombs is the one that got me to wrestle my 7th grade year. And I remember I thought like, or like Cole Little used to always make fun of me that I was gonna do it. And then once I got into it, then I don't know. It's just like being stronger and like it's like a mental game of like how you're gonna beat this person. Yep. It was like so much fun because then I got like hooked on it. Yeah. I kind of miss it. That's why like I was thinking about like joining a tournament or like doing like an off-season thing or even like doing jiu-jitsu or something. Yep. Because I kind of miss like the combat shit. Because like Isaiah used to always like come over here and try to like fight me or not fight me, but like he'd always like want to get physical. And I'm like, man, I wish I knew jiu-jitsu because I would fuck you up right now. But I don't. I just want to wrestle and take people down. But he's like talking about like doing locks and shit. I'm like, dude, it's good to know too. It's good to know too. You're out and someone comes at you, like you know you get them down. You don't let them come back up. Like drop. Yeah. Take care of it. For real. But every time I get in that situation, I'm just messed up. I'm seeing triple, and then I just embarrass myself, or I hit my head off the floor. It's not good. Yeah, you don't want a concussion. No. Yeah. I probably had a couple, but it's okay. Yeah, it's life. It's life. You know, you get knocked down, you get back up. That's all I gotta say. Yup. If you got anything you want to end off on, I think we've been going for at least an hour and a half. I feel like it was like 40 minutes when I checked before.
Oh, we've been yapping.
Yeah, it's like an hour and 15. Not bad. Last one was 52 minutes. This one's a little bit longer, but that's okay. Haven't seen Jake in a while, so I was like,
yeah.
I've seen you, but I haven't like got to talk to
Yeah.
you. So it's just been sweet.
Been living life.
Yeah.
I guess ending out, I think a big thing has just been what you say you want to do, making sure you're doing it. And I guess too the realization that like good things take time. Like you're going to the gym. Like you're not gonna hit the gym one day and be jacked and like have washboard abs.
Consistency.
Like, yep.
Keeping yourself accountable.
It's building it over time. And everyone's gonna have a day like you're not gonna want to do it and mess up. That's okay, but it's like not letting that one day become a pattern. Like I think give yourself grace, but also make sure you hold yourself accountable and really try to do what you say you want to do. You got to get the hardest part is getting it started.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Get that started.
Yeah.
And you'll be amazed at what you can get done.
Yeah. What he said, folks. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. It was a great time talking to you, Jacob.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment. Leave a comment if anything resonated with you or if you agree with anything. Or if you don't, that is always welcome too.
Leave us hate comments.
Yeah, I don't care. It's not going to hurt me. So yeah, with that being said, try thinking positive, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Gang, gang. That's it.
Word.
That's a wrap.